Finance and tax returns for self-employed people, what you need to know. Hi, I'm 𝙎𝙭𝙭 from Lifestyle Finance Australia, and today I'm going to be talking to you about what you need to know if you're a self-employed person and how to claim on your tax return and still have it be advantageous for you if you're looking at using finance in the next 2 years. Now, I'm hoping my pretty backdrop is going to distract the fact that I'm talking about tax returns and finance and planning, because I don't know about you, but usually for me these are the things I snore about. However, when I'm working with self-employed people, there's a few really simple mistakes I see them make that really put a hinder in what they're wanting to do in business or in their personal life, because they don't know what I'm about to share with you now. So the biggest key thing with self-employed and finance, and why sometimes they don't get along, is because as self-employed people, we love our deductions, we love to write everything off, and we love to keep as much money in our pocket and give the ATO as little as possible. However, although this may be clever, and although this may keep more money in our pockets, however, from a financing perspective, sometimes we can run into trouble, because if we're writing everything off, all banks care about at the end of the day is what is your taxable income. And your taxable income is the amount that you end up paying tax on, not how much gross income your business made, what's left after you take off all of your expenses. And if that's been pushed right down to 20, 30,000, most banks aren't going to look at you. However, if you have not done your tax yet, there's a few sneaky, cool little tricks, not so much sneaky, but cool little tricks that you can do and chat to your accountant about that is really going to help make this process a little bit easier for you, keep the money in your pocket, yet still make you a good candidate for a finance company to lend money to you. So the biggest thing is, what you're wanting to be looking at is, if you're a sole trader, you're going to be looking at your business schedule, and if you're running a company or a trust structure, this is going to be on your financial statements. And what you're going to want your accountant to be itemizing, and you can talk to him and call this a nexus, he'll think you're very clever if you use that word, but what you're wanting to be talking to him about for the nexus is your I guess the 5 things that we can add back in, or at least sort of counter off your expenses and try and buff up your income a little bit from a finance perspective. And what you want itemized is your motor vehicle expenses, the depreciation that you're claiming on your motor vehicles. You want to be itemizing the interest you're paying on any loans. You also want to be itemizing, if you've got a home office, particularly how much of that you're claiming for rent and your utilities, and also phone bills, because all of this, when we're presenting your income to a bank, we can either pro-rata this against your existing expenses or add some of the motor vehicle expenses, depreciation and interest back into your income to buff it up, which means you've effectively got more money to service loans with. So if you haven't done your tax yet and you know you are wanting finance within the next 2 years, whether that to be to purchase property, whether it is to do something in your business, whether it's wanting to purchase cars, whatever it is, if you are somebody who typically claims right down to the dollar so you don't have to pay the taxman anything, just to keep this information in the back of your mind, because if this is itemized correctly, we can still help you and you can still really enjoy your deductions. So if you haven't already got an accountant where you've got the relationship where you can chat to him about this, please feel free to get in contact. I have an absolute legend that I work with that has helped me and many of my clients sort this out. He's a gun. So if you don't have one, feel free to get in contact and I'll connect you with him and he can definitely help you. I hope this has been of value, and if you've got any other self-employed friends that you think would benefit from knowing this, because usually, you know, most of us self-employed people, we don't like talking about this stuff, feel free to tag, share, connect with a friend.